So here's the start of the next drive, and we come out in a deuce set with twins, and the defense shows a different alignment now after having getting burned a couple times deep off the play action. So now they're devoting 3 defenders to our 2 wide receivers. If we compare that to the alignment to the exact same formation earlier in the game, here you could see they've got 9 devoted to the run. With this outside player sort of playing the edge here to prevent anything on the outside of this play. So in this alignment, though, he's all the way out on the wide receiver. He has much less of an ability to affect any runs in the box. And that's significant in this play when you watch us run inside zone. Now the cutback lane's available, and we're able to exploit that. So the threats that you present in a game to a team affect the way that they can defend you. And when you exploit them, either force them adjust or you can continue to exploit them in the same way. So we come right back to the next play and run inside zone again. Both these plays, the last one and this one, are basically textbook examples of inside zone. Now let's watch it full speed here. And this time we don't take the cutback, but we play it on the play side of the play. If you watch this play, if you watch Joe, what he's basically doing is he's in a one-on-one matchup with the middle linebacker. And so if you look at our blocking, we have control of every blocker across the front. We double team this block. And by pushing it upfield, we actually allow Joe, with his body, he's able to control where the middle linebacker is positioned. So this is a tough spot for the linebacker because if you look at the gaps this play opens, there's a front side lane and a back side lane. So he's got to play man in the middle here, and the longer he waits, the easier it is for the offensive line to get to him. So Joe's patience as a runner is really great there, and obviously our duration on our blocks is the key to making that work. This next play, again, Texas Tech tries to bring this wide side edge blitz with their defensive backs. And again, Ash gets us out of the bad play. Audibles to power away from the blitz. And we're able to get a nice gain out of the play. So I called this power O, but really more correctly it's called an ISO G, and that's because it's between the guard and the tackle here rather than between the tackle and the tight end that we run this play. And so one thing I wanted to point out here was Joe gets a little bit too wide on his play here. He wants to hug always the inside hip of his lead blocker. So he gets a little bit far outside. That allows the linebacker to also get outside and makes it hard for Walters to get to his assignment. Cody misses a little bit on his block here, but it actually wouldn't affect the play. The key here is if we just hug this a little bit tighter, Walters picks up this block and then springs Joe for a big gain. Now, he breaks the tackle and makes a big gain anyway, but it's the difference of him running full speed into the secondary as opposed to being slowed down and then stopped. So on the next first down, we come back and run the draw play. And here we'll just watch it full speed and then come back to it. So you can see a great lead block there, and then Joe just really doing a great job in space. What's so great about this play is it's really low risk for the offense, and it layers in so nicely with what else we're trying to do. You have the threat of the power running, which kind of controls alignment from the defense. And then that buys you one-on-one matchups in the passing game. So when you show pass blocking, then that's going to threaten the defensive backs. And then you come in with a draw. And so when you control those pass blocks, one thing that draw does is, one, it's going to punish if your defensive linemen are over-aggressively trying to get upfield because of the threat of the pass. Then the draw really punishes them because they're in no position to stop it. Here, we just dominate the blocks, and Joe gets a one-on-one matchup with DJ Johnson, who wants no part of trying to tackle him and just dives at his ankles. He steps right through it. And it's easy 10-yard gain and a first down. So things are rolling for us. So We go to the wild pause again. This time we run the other play that we have off of this package and do the play action pass. It doesn't work out, but you can see the idea is pretty solid. Basically, it's predicated on the idea that the defense on this play side is very concerned about the power O at this stage. And so Ash comes downfield and tries to sell the block, but the defense just isn't buying it in this case. So it doesn't work out. Fozzie does a really ugly job of throwing off his back foot there. But at least he was throwing it in a spot where, if he gets a little bit more on that ball, then Ash potentially makes the catch. Either way, you like the idea. Generally speaking, in a package, what you want to do is have your base play constraint off of that, and then possibly a play action pass off of it if it's based on a run concept. So, that package, even with just those three plays, all three of them make each other viable. And the third of all three kind of require the defense to respect each play on its own. So come back to the 4-wide, and again we run pitches and seams. This time, Ash can't find anything and scrambles in the pocket, and then wisely throws it away. So it's a solid decision from him. I do want to point out something here, that a difference in the defense this time. You notice that Tech this time spied Ash instead of leaving the middle open for the scramble. So one thing that if we had continued to pursue this in the game, I think you would have seen us run a variation on this, where instead of running seams here, we run a backside post here to exploit that opening that's there as a result of the spying on the quarterback. So again, an important thing about how one threat develops another opportunity in the offense. Now the hitches are open on the outside here. He could have thrown either hitch and probably picked up 5 yards. But it looks like he was primarily looking to the seams there. And so when he saw the seams, and then he also didn't have a running lane, then he wisely threw this away. So after the penalty on that throwaway, then we come back on first down, and we run another draw concept, this time a lead draw with Ash as the runner. And again, an explosive play for us. The reason why this is so effective, again, is just they're playing man defense on us, and that means that you're going to get players locked in on their receivers after the snap of the ball rather than looking at the quarterback. So you give that quarterback a lead blocker, and it's a pretty easy pickup. So even though this linebacker is focused on Ash, he's got now 2 blockers coming downfield at him. That gives Ash plenty of room to cut off of him. See, Ash shows pretty good mobility in the open field here. I was pretty impressed with his running ability in this game. You could see, why the coaches in the preseason seem to be excited about him as a runner. We've seen it earlier in the year on power read and zone read that he had some running ability, but I thought he looked the most dangerous in the open field so far in this game. So we come back to our big set, and guess what's coming? Probably going to be power O, and again, Red Zone Johnson back here is excited to try to come up and make a play on Bergeron. So again, you can just see, and it almost looks like a scrum, but we dig out both these defensive linemen and get them moving. It's 4-on-2, so it's not really fair. And get a great pull block, and Johnson hides behind his own man. And Bergeron has a stroll into the end zone. Yeah, it's true, Joe. No one wants to tackle you.